have the courage to act outwardly on what you see inwardly? Or will you die a dreamer? Will you die on the verge and on the edge and in the land of coulda, woulda, and shoulda? Do you have the courage? I'm going to drop something on you. It takes courage to be successful. It is far easier not to be successful. Misery will always have company. Success breeds contempt. If you don't want to make waves, be mediocre, be normal, and fit in. And if you're more concerned about people than... Woo! Good morning, dreamers. Rise and shine. How are we feeling coming into today? Happy Monday, TGIM. Thank goodness it is Monday. The growth definitely includes Monday. Super excited. Let me know what everybody's grateful for coming into today, 11/11. Paint your vision. Woo! One of my favorite audios of all time from TD Jakes. If you don't want to make waves, be mediocre, be normal, and fit in. So let's go. I love it. I love it. Today we're talking about a little dive into courage and really going ahead and to understand that courage is not something that happens externally. Believe it or not, courage, the magic truly happens internally. So a great topic for today. Let me know what everybody is grateful for coming into the morning. So grateful for God, so thankful to be alive, so grateful to be able to move these things, to be able to breathe, to be able to hear the birds chirping. Today we're actually over 400 days, 467, I believe, getting into the morning routine, right? Writing the vision, making it plain so those that see it can go ahead and pick it up and run with it. So let me know what everybody's grateful for coming into the beginning of the weekend. Let's go ahead and get today started, right? Today we're going to be talking about courage. Okay? Courage. Now, this is a topic I'll never forget, right? When I go back and look at my runs, I can even go and look at my journal. There was days at a time where I would go 6 months in a row listening to this courage video every single morning, right about 6:30 on the dot, to really go ahead and start the day off on fire. And the reason being is normally how we start the day, most of the time, that's how it flows. So even for myself, I've had times in the morning where I would start off, thinking about what's going wrong, what's not happening well in my life. And the moment that I started to switch that, things started to change. So my question for everybody today, to go ahead and start off the call, Jojo in the building, dreamers, it's good to see you, fam. My first question to start off the call is this: what string are we playing today? Because if you pay attention, you're going to notice the law of attraction is very real. So check this out. When we touch the E string of our guitar, playing the vibration of joy, you'll notice that others' E string of their joy will also ring as well. And this was such a phenomenal training that we got this morning from my mentor that really puts life into perspective, right? They say whatever it is that we are, we attract. So if we're waking up and we're feeling courageous, if we're waking up and we're feeling abundant, we're feeling all these blessings that are flowing to and through into our life, guess what happens? We're going to start attracting the right people, places, and resources into our life. So realize and remember how powerful our vibration truly is, okay? The second piece of this, imagine if the keys that we're playing, if the C was for courage or if the F was for fear. So I want to ask everybody, if you would really go ahead and dig deep and take a third ear to listen, which key do you think that we've been playing lately? Drop a C if you've been playing the key for courage. Drop an F if you feel like lately we've been playing the key of failure. Drop it down. Let me know down below. Have you been feeling courageous or have you been feeling fearful lately? Which side is heavier on the balance scale? Let me know. I'll give you an example. I've been on both. I've had days where I feel very courageous. I've also had days where I felt very fearful, dealing with family issues, dealing with things that's going on externally. And today's training even gave myself a whole lot of clarity. Because this is not a time to live in fear. In a world where so much fear is present right now, this is not the time to succumb to what's happening on the news, what's happening in politics, what's happening on social media. There's never been a more important time than to get critically intentional on what it is that we're thinking, seeing, and also hearing, right? Remember, this is huge. Des, what's going on? It's great to see you. I love it, right? So here's the interesting thing about courage, right? Let me ask you all this. If we started playing the courage key, let me ask you this. What does that courage sound like? What does that courage feel like? How do we walk? How do we walk when we're walking with courage? How do we speak when we have courage filled in our heart? What type of love do we pour in when we can feel courage coming up from the bottom of our feet and literally pouring in from the crown of our heads? It's a whole different vibration. A lot of things that we used to get angry, frustrated, and agitated about, now we step and we walk right over them. Shane and Talina, it's good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Let me ask you this. How do you feel when you say, I see courage? I see courage in every area of my life. I feel courage. I understand courage, right? This is all going through the different levels of the chakra. So many people say, I am courageous. But the problem with that is we're only touching one piece of the chakra. It's why how many individuals do we know that have written down all these affirmation statements? I am beautiful. I am great. I am phenomenal. I am courageous. But they fail to see some of these dreams come into reality. The reason being is right here. We're only scratching this at a surface level when we're saying I am. But when we go through the other chakras, the crown, the roots, right, the sacral, this is getting into the I see, I feel, I do, I understand. Now put courage at the end of those. And let me ask you, how does that feel? How are you sitting just being able to go through each of those chakras with the word courage? Let me know if the vibration shifts a little bit. Ready? So here's the interesting part about courage. Ricky in the building. What's going on, fam? Watch this. Courage. Here's what's funny. Most people are looking for courage externally, whether that be from a pill, whether that be from a bottle, whether that be from somebody else. But when we really realize that courage, a lot of times when we're looking externally, it's just chemicals happening in the brain. It's a dopamine hit, whether that be from an alcohol or a pill. The real truth is courage lies inside. We don't need a pill. We don't need a bottle. Even for some of my family members, there's something that resonates very deeply with me. I have family members that are alcoholics. Drop a 3 down below if you have anybody in your family, if you know somebody who when they're looking to get a little bit courageous, they look for some alcohol inspiration. I know it very well. I've been there, right? My mother, she hates to go outside. She's very self-conscious about getting out in public situations, even going out to dinner, even going to a park. She gets nervous. So you know what I had to realize? I had to figure out a way that I could help her get this courage without always having to reach for a glass of wine, without always having to look for a bottle, without always having to pop a pill to go ahead and mask whatever it is those thoughts are. And I'm proud to say it's literally almost been a year that she's been sober because she's been doing the deep work. She's been reading, she's been reading, journaling, going out for walks in nature, painting, right? Letting go of all of these childhood traumas that's been kept up and held her in bondage for so long. So the reason why I'm so passionate about this topic is because I grew up with this. I know what it's like to live in depression. I know what it's like to wake up agitated. I know what it's like to wake up every day and you could be in the sun, but you don't even feel the sun shining because we're so worried. We're so anxious. We're so fearful about either what happened already or maybe what's going to happen in the fake story in our mind that we keep creating and perpetuating over and over again. You see, there's two types of people. Somebody that replays their past over and over and over again, or somebody that starts pre-playing their future. You see, when I was getting out of my car, 30K in debt, had no job, I kept replaying my past. I kept replaying everything that went wrong in my life, everything that was not working out in my favor. You know what I brought? A lot of negativity, a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear. And guess what? I literally kicked out of my life. I kicked out the word courage because I was so focused on the past that I wasn't able to go ahead and be ready to have my hands open for the blessings that's ready to come. And this is where the shift began. Realizing that courage happens internally. Realizing that we are the creator of our own movie. We are the Picasso. We are the artist to go ahead and write the next chapters of our life. So I started pre-playing my future. What does life look like when I start learning new skill sets? What does life look like when I change my circle of influence from broke to getting around millionaires, getting around individuals with visions, getting around individuals with goals? What does life look like then? What does my confidence look like around that type of energy? And things started to shift, right? It's funny how that works. They say we become the average of the 5 individuals that we are around. So that's my first question for you right here, right now. Are the 5 individuals that we're around with most of the time, are they strumming the key of fear or are they strumming the key of courage? And I can tell you right now, if we're around most individuals that are fearful, that is going to rub off. It's laws of the universe. It's peripheral. It rubs off. So for myself, I had to get the negativity out of my peripherals, whether it was social media, my family, my circle of influence. Now is to the point where everywhere that I look, I see courage. I'm listening to audios. I'm calling my mentors. I'm getting in the group chats. I'm on the Go Lives. I'm inside of the community. Anywhere on my social media, if it's negative, got to go. Unfollow, block. I don't want to see it. Same thing should go for every single one of us. If you go on your social media and you're looking at what's going on with the news, what's going on with war, fam, don't get it twisted. I'm very sympathetic and empathetic what is going on in the world, but at the same time, here's what I know. The goal of the media is to instill fear, is to instill negativity, because people cannot go ahead and become their highest version living in fear without a certain level of courageousness. This is why you see most people following the masses doing the opposite that are winning at a very high level. They're not in tune with all this negativity that's going on because they're taking advantage of what's underneath the surface of all that negativity. You know what's funny? Isn't it interesting how one of the biggest war times in decades, how in the same almost weekend, Bitcoin went and hit 35,000? Bitcoin hasn't hit 35,000 since May of 2020, all the way back since last year. Nobody's talking about it. Everybody's just talking about the war, not knowing that BlackRock has just positioned themselves to be one of the wealthiest companies in history. Right here, right now, during a time where most people are just living in fear. So people ask me all the time, D, why are you so excited? Why are you so fired up? Why you got so much courage right now? Because I know in every disaster, there's opportunity. You see, fam, we're living in a recession right now. In other words, it's called the Great Reset. If you don't know what that is, I'm not going to get into it, but I'm just going to shed some light on you today. Go Google the Great Reset and understand the times that we're living in, what's about to happen in the next 6, 12 to 18 months, and why it is that we need to be prepared. Why it is that it's so crucial to be learning about these skill sets, learning about recession-proof skills. Because it's not a matter of if this crash is going to happen. Remember this call. It's just a matter of when. And during these times, you see, money doesn't just poof and disappear. Money gets redistributed into these smarter individuals' hands that have the courage to learn, that have the courage to go ahead and get new information, that have the courage to get around the right information and the right network right here, right now. So crucial things to go ahead and keep up on. Justin, what's going on, brother? It's good to see you. I love it. So here's my last piece for everybody today, right? The wealth gap between the poor and the wealthy is going to do nothing but continue to widen as we get into this next time frame. I'm telling you right now, remember this call. October 30th, right before Halloween, we're going to be able to go back and see how true this really is. So as we get off for today, I want everybody to think about this, okay? How many of you have asked for patience inside of your life? How many of you have asked God for different things inside of your life, whether that be patience, whether that be courage, whether that be with a vision? Drop a 2 down below if you guys have prayed for any of these things. And this is how I'm going to end up the call. It's such a powerful piece right here. Watch this. This is really cool, actually. If any of us, if you're like me, if you're anything like me, who's been praying for courage, who's been praying for patience, who's been praying for abundance and blessings, let's just stick with courage for a second today alone, okay? If you anything like me and you've been praying for courage, this is what God tends to do. And this is from experience. I'm learning this myself as we go. But you see, whenever we pray for something, most of the time, you see, we might pray for courage, but God is going to give us circumstances, people, and situations to go ahead and gain courage inside of our life. You see, for myself right now, I have family that's in the hospital. They're struggling. I've literally been in and out of the hospital for the past 2 weeks. Most of you would have no idea because I don't post about it. I don't put it in the group chat. And I don't spread this energy I'm dealing with right now. But I want you to know every single day I've been praying for courage. You know what's interesting? God has been giving me these different scenarios every courage inside of my life. So I'm asking of you, every one of you, the same question. What have we been experiencing in life that there's a lesson? Maybe that might just be underneath the surface that we haven't been able to see yet. There's a reason why the yin and yang exists, right? In every bad situation, there's also a good. There's something to learn. There's a lesson. There's something to be gained from this. In fact, I've noticed we learn more from losing than it is that we learn from winning. Somebody can get lucky and make a lot of money, and then guess what? They lose it all. But somebody that's had to go through trials and tribulations and fail and got up and fail and got up and learn and got experience and gained wisdom, that, my friends, is the individual that even if they lost it all, they'd be able to go ahead and get it right back because they've gained the belief, the courage, the skill sets, the community to go ahead and make it happen. So realize that whatever is happening in life, I'm a testimony as well. Nothing in life is happening for us. Nothing in life is happening to us. Everything is happening to us. So drop a 3 down below if you truly believe that everything in life right now is happening for us and is setting up the highest version that is ready to be waking up. So let me go ahead and end off the call with this, fam. Here's how we're going to end it off. You ready? What can we do to add courage into our bank account today? Because I want you to have this visual, okay? Imagine if we held up a sign today, if we held up a sign of courage, if we held up a sign of light, if we held up a sign of inspiration. Number one, there's no limit to who that message can impact. Number two, realize this. Putting up a sign of courage is limitless. There's no price to being able to put up inspiration, light, positivity. But let me make sure this hits home. For somebody to put up fear, negativity, lack, scarcity, that costs pennies. Let me know how many people are going to be able to relate and take action with that message. Nobody can take action posting about the war. Nobody can take action and grow posting about negativity, complaining, blaming life, everything that's going on. But somebody is looking for the light. Somebody is looking for your story. Somebody is looking for your testimonial. Somebody's looking for us to be the ones to go out and just take one step out, to be the one to see, you know what? If they could do it, I can have the courage to go ahead and do it for myself as well. So dreamers, that's my training for everybody today. Drop a 1 today if you're going to be holding up a sign of courage, light, and positivity. And drop a 2 if you want to go ahead and succumb to the other side, like 97% of the masses. Because I know each and every single one of you, you are a light. You have a powerful story, and the world is waiting to absolutely see the value that you have to offer. So let's go out and be great. If nobody told you today, fam, you are amazing. You are phenomenal. And I'm excited to see what is here and on the way. Remember, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind, and we can hold it right here in our hand. Smash that like button if you guys got some value. Drop some 2s down below, and let's go out and turn these dreams to reality. Wrapping up the month of October with a bang, stepping into these 2 months with nothing but intentional focus, great attitudes, and ready to accept all of the blessings that are here for us. Remember, dreamers, New Year's doesn't start January 1st. It starts November 1st. Let's get to work. Love you, fam. It's game time. Let's go.